Good evening, ma'am.
You are not audible to me, Aman.
Now,
Can you hear me?
am I audible? Yes, I can hear you, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. Now you're audible.
Good evening,
Perfect.
ma'am.
Good evening. How are you doing today?
I'm good, man. What about you?
I'm also doing good. Anything special about your day today?
Sorry?
Anything special about your day today?
No, anything not special. As usual, I'm spending my time.
Spending your time doing what?
I wake up early in the morning, then I go for mosque, and I have breakfast with my
Okay.
family. I spend time with
All
my
right.
friends.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Right. All right. So any practice for English? When do you practice English then?
On English, Shari? Expert English, Shari.
Except for English.
Okay, I don't have any friend, any colleague who can practice with me. I practice alone, ma'am. I practice by myself.
Okay. How do you practice by yourself? What are all the
Uh,
things you do?
okay, sometimes I practice in front of the mirror. I talk to myself. When I sit alone, I talk to myself, surrounding my home, surrounding me.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Good.
Yeah,
Do you watch anything to practice?
yeah. Also, I watch movies
Hmm.
and a podcast and
Hmm.
listening a
All
song.
right. Listening songs. All right.
Yeah.
So,
Also,
what is a movie that you really like?
challenging. I think name is movie.
The name of the movie is Challenging. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Sounds interesting. Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. So also,
All
I read
right.
a book.
You read books, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what book are you reading these days?
The book name is How to Win Friends and Influence People. Author name is
Oh,
Dale
okay.
Carnegie. Yeah.
Jay Ganesh. All
Yeah.
right. Fair
So,
enough.
ma'am,
Okay.
I
That's a
want.
good book.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. You were asking something.
Yeah. How can I motivate ourselves? Sometimes I think I can't get fluency this language. How can I motivate myself?
How can you motivate yourself? Okay. I think a really good way to motivate is to see results, right? The more you will see results in yourself, the more motivated you will feel. You will feel, okay, I need to do a little better, right? So for that, one practice you can do is try recording yourself on a daily basis, right? So as you said that you practice sometimes in front of the mirror or sometimes you watch things, right? So you
Mhm.
learn a lot of vocabulary, a lot of new words that way. So
Yes.
at night before going to bed, try to record your day, right? And do it in a little bit detail. Like right now, you just told me, okay, I do this, I do this, I do this. That is
Mhm.
fine because, right, it's a short conversation. But when
Yeah.
you're recording it, try to record for 3 to 4 minutes properly, whatever you did in your day. Some days are different than others, right? Every day you do something new. Try
Mhm.
recording that and try to use the new words that you learned in that day, right?
Oh.
One, it gives you a good practice. Second, after a few days, when you will listen to your first recording and when you will listen to your latest recording, you will see the difference. You will see that now you are hesitating less. There is,
Mhm.
more, formity in your speech. Your words are more aligned. Your sentences are better, right? So those results will automatically motivate you. That is one, right? Second way to motivate is to always keep patience because it's a language, right? It takes a
Mhm.
lot of time. Fluency takes time, vocabulary. Fluency and vocabulary in any language takes a lot of time. Grammar is written rules, right? You can learn it, you can practice it, and you're done. But
Mhm.
the fluency portion requires a lot of practice, right? For that, you have to speak more. So I would recommend try using applications where you can speak more. English Study is definitely one.
Mhm.
Second, there is an application called Stimular, Stimuler, right? English
Similar.
spoken app Stimular. You can find it on Google Play Store as well as iOS. That
Mhm.
particular app is an AI based application. It
Yeah.
allows you to talk and it gives you a review, right? Whatever
Mhm.
you spoke, it gives you a review and tells you how you can correct yourself,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So that is one way to practice,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And another would be there's an application called Hello Talk where you can find more people who also
Yeah.
want to practice like you. You can connect with them.
Yes. Earlier, I used to talk on Jones Talk, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
also a good app.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I used to afraid speaking English talking to the people. But when I joined Josh Talk, then I removed a little bit hesitate from there.
Hmm. Joestock is paid, right? It's a paid
Yes,
application.
yes, yes.
HelloTalk is free of cost. That's why I'm recommending it. Right?
Okay.
It's free of cost. It works like Instagram. If you have used Instagram, exactly like that it works. But the motive on Instagram is to share pictures. On here, the motive is to learn. Right? So you
Right.
can do audio call. You can send audio messages. You can type messages to the other person. Right? Only the video calling portion is paid. And I don't recommend, you don't need to practice on video, right? Since the people are unknown and they keep changing, just keep it till the audio call, right? Till
Yes.
audio call is free of cost, right? So
Right.
try to installing it so that you can do it every day, right? And it's not
Right.
hard on your pocket because it's free.
Yes, ma'am. Also, I want to ask you, how did you get fluency?
How did I get fluency? Wow, that's a good question. Okay, so this is something I have told a lot of my clients when they ask me. See, I was lucky enough to have surroundings where people used to talk in English even when I was young. So, since the age of 4, like when I started speaking, I would often converse in English with my dad also. Like my father also used to speak in English with me. And a lot of my friends used to talk in English as well. Not all the friends in school, the friends I had outside of school, they would prefer talking in English. So by talking with them, and then when I grew up, I used to participate in school debates and competitions and whatnot. And I would always participate on the English part. That's why, it helped me in getting better at it. Plus, I started reading at a young age. So that is what helped me in having a good vocabulary. I started reading when I was 5 years old, like 4 or 5 years old. I started reading.
So,
So
ma'am,
that helped.
yeah, in a beginning time, which book we should read, ma'am, for improving English?
For improving English, see, I recommend fictional books, right? Novels, right?
Novels.
Where there are stories, right? Because when an author is writing a story, he will try to describe the scene, right? So he will use a lot of words to describe it, a lot of words to explain the experience to you. That helps in, learning more vocabulary because those authors will use a lot of new words. When you read non-fiction like How to, Win Friends and Influence People or Atomic Habits, these books are based on practical application and practical knowledge. So it might not contain a lot of descriptive vocabulary, right?
Right.
That sort of vocabulary is available in novels. So, and plus novels are interesting. These non-fiction, sometimes you will get bored, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times they are very repetitive.
Yes,
You
yes,
will
right.
feel कि, oh, here I read it in another book also same thing was written, but in different words, right?
Yes.
In fictional books, different stories, different imagination, different characters. So it makes you want to read, right? So
Right.
try to pick up some authors. If you want to start with Indian authors, a very good author to start with is Preeti Shenoy. She writes simple with good vocabulary and short books. So you will easily finish the book, right?
Okay.
Very long books, if you pick up, again, you will get bored,
Yes, right.
right?
Right.
So that's that. Plus,
Yeah.
podcasts and everything are always there. If you think you can listen to audiobooks, even that works,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Okay.
So
So,
that's that. Do you listen to podcasts?
yes, I listen a podcast.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Right. Which
yeah.
one?
I want to ask you, what is the yeah, what is the difference between consistency and discipline, ma'am?
Difference between consistency and discipline. Okay. So see, discipline is a way of for you to design rules for yourself, right?
Right.
Discipline is about commitment to something. Discipline is about, okay, if I said it, I will do it, right? So it's a commitment. Consistency is about performing. Consistency is about performance. To do a task repetitively till you keep getting better at it, right?
Yes.
Discipline, a lot of the times, it has to do it with if I'm getting a result out of it or not, right? And then accordingly making changes to it, right? But not quitting, keeping the commitment. Consistency is about performing something regardless of the results, right?
Right.
Even if I'm not getting results, I'm not going to give up. I'll keep on doing. So that's consistency, right? So
Right.
that is the major difference.
Okay. Okay. So, ma'am, apart from teaching, what do you do?
Apart from reading, what do I do? Okay, so I am currently a practicing counselor as well. So I work with different clients. I work under different supervisors, and I counsel people. That's my job. My major field is psychology. This is something I do part time.
Oh, yes.
What about you? What are you doing these days besides
Okay.
spending time with your friends?
Should I introduce myself?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Aman Pathan. I belong to Soy Madhopur. Soy Madhopur, it is also part of Rajasthan. Currently, I am pursuing BA third year. Also, I have a YouTube channel.
Oh, nice. So you're doing BA third year. All right. How is that going? Do you enjoy studying?
Yes, but I don't go college. I only give exam, ma'am.
Are you why is it because of the weather or because you don't like college?
Yeah, I don't like go to college, ma'am.
Are you why? What is so bad?
Yeah, not special, but if I will go college, then there is no teacher available, ma'am. So most of the time I take class online, ma'am.
Ah, okay. Then it makes sense. It is better then. I mean, if the teacher is not available, what is the point of going to the college, right? So
Yes, yes.
that's fair enough. So for you, still COVID classes are going, online classes are going on. You have not come out of that era.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. Before I go ahead, do you have any other doubts, questions, queries, anything you want to ask?
No, no, no.
All right. Okay. Right. So we are going to go ahead with our
Yeah, also,
topics
yes,
for
yes,
today.
ma'am. I want to
Yeah.
ask you, why do we get stuck while speaking English?
Okay, so that has to do with clarity of thought, right? A lot of the times what happens is since our mother tongue is not English, maybe our mother tongue is Hindi, or some people have different languages. In India, there are many languages. So whatever is your mother tongue, your first thought will always be in your mother tongue, right?
Mhm.
So
Right.
when you think in your mother tongue and then you translate it to English, a lot of the vocabulary that we have in our mother tongue does not exist exactly like that in English, right?
Mhm.
So
Right.
that makes us stop and try to think, okay, how do I fill this up, right? So
Mhm.
that causes us to get stuck. That is a
Mhm.
very big factor. We get stuck. A lot of people say, ma'am, we have a lot to speak. We know a lot of things, but we are
Mhm.
not able to put it out in English because our thoughts are in our mother tongue, right?
Yes.
So that is the reason. So one good way to practice English is to learn the ability to translate everything, right? Once you have the vocabulary for everything that you know in Hindi, right? And you're able to translate it to English vocabulary. That's when you can actually start thinking in English, right? So let's
Mhm.
say right now when I'm talking, my thoughts are also in English. That's why I am fluent, right? But
Mhm.
if my thoughts are in Hindi and then I'm translating it and then I'm speaking it, it will cause me to slow down my speech and it will
Mhm.
cause me to be stuck and take a lot of breaks, right? So a
Yes.
lot of the times when people speak, they do a lot of and they take those long, long breaks. Once or
Yes.
twice, it's normal. But if they're doing it again and again, that means there is a lack of clarity of thought in English. They might know
Mhm.
it in Hindi, but they don't know the translation part. Right? And
Mhm.
second is
Right.
fear of people. Some people just simply get nervous when they talk to others.
Yes.
That
Yes.
also causes them to stop. Right? So
Mhm.
that's that. What about you? Are you an extrovert or do you get nervous when you talk to people?
No, I'm extrovert, ma'am. I can talk to the people. I love to talk to the people.
Ah, that's
But
good.
yeah, while speaking, sometimes I get stuck.
That means there's a lack of vocabulary. You need to practice more on the vocab front.
Yes, yes. I
Right?
can easily speak beginners, but when I talk to the expert like you, then I get stuck, ma'am.
Okay. So then definitely, then just simply work on your vocabulary. One thing I would
Mhm.
suggest is start watching more American shows, right? That gives
Right.
you a lot of confidence because when you can understand such a fast accent quickly, that will give
Mm-hmm.
you more confidence and it will allow you to think more in English, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once you start thinking in English, you will not get stuck, right?
Yes.
So, not just Friends. Friends is a very popular show. You can watch that. But there are
Mm-hmm.
other shows like Big Bang Theory, and then there is Supermarket, Two Broke Girls. These shows have really good and modern vocabulary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't
Right.
watch Harry Potter, right? Because Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, the vocabulary that they use, we don't talk like that in real life,
Yes.
right?
Right. Right.
So even if you learn some good words, you won't be able to use it,
Mm-hmm. Right.
right?
Right.
So that's the thing.
Yeah. Also, ma'am, I don't have any friend. When I practice alone, so I cannot practice for a long time. It is depressing,
Hmm.
I think, for me, ma'am.
It is
Yeah.
not for you, it is for everyone.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
Whenever I think we learn any new language, I mean, it's not just English, any new language, and if I cannot find a partner to practice it with, it gets depressing and it gets boring. Because
Mm-hmm.
I know words, but I can't use it with anyone. Right?
Mm-hmm.
What is the use of it then? Right? So,
Yeah.
this is why I'm suggesting you applications like HelloTalk, because the more
Yeah.
you will meet people who can speak in English, it should help you out. Right?
Oh,
So,
right.
that's that. Also, you can search discussion groups. You know how Josh Talks is where there is like they have this group of people who speak
Mm-hmm.
one by one, right?
Yeah.
Similarly, you can search English discussion groups. You can just type this on Google Chrome, and a lot of the meetings will appear in front of you. There, you will find Zoom meetings where people are simply practicing English, and you can join, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can
Oh,
practice with them. So that is a little less depressing because whatever you're speaking, someone else is listening and replying to it. So it
mm-hmm.
feels more real,
Yes, yes,
right?
right.
So
Right.
that's that. But fair enough. Okay. Right. All right. So with that, I'll go ahead with our topic for today. Our topic for today was change. I think it was related to embracing change. But before that, we have two really nice extempore topics. One is expectations versus reality, and the second is the night when I could not sleep. So you can choose any one topic that you are more comfortable with. Which topic do you want to start with?
So can you,
Expectations versus reality, or the night when I could not sleep.
the night when I could not sleep, ma'am?
Okay, you want to go with that? All right, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Right, so you said night when I could not sleep. So, first of all, are you a light sleeper or do you get sleep very easily?
So I can get easily sleep, ma'am.
Hmm. Okay, so that means you're like not insomniac or anything. You sleep on time, wake up on time.
Yes, yes.
Okay, fair enough. So, do you have an incident where there was like one day where you just could not sleep and
Yes,
what
ma'am.
happened that
Because
day?
because I was when the time was a midnight. My family is not there at my home. I was alone at home. Suddenly, I had pain in my stomach. Then no one is there to help me. Then I called my uncle. So my uncle did not pick up my call because it was the midnight night. In midnight, he might have sleeping, ma'am.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Uh,
whole night I could not sleep because of the pain, ma'am.
we. Then how did you get rid of the pain?
Then after 2 hours later, then I went to kitchen. I ate something. I took water and I drank water, and after that
Hmm.
little bit reduced the pain, ma'am. Then but whole night
Hmm.
I could not sleep.
Whole night you couldn't sleep? Oui,
Yeah,
that is harsh. Fair
yeah.
enough. Hmm. How do you deal with it? Like, does it happen a lot with you, or only sometimes it happens that you can't sleep?
No, I only it happened sometime, ma'am.
Only sometimes.
Yes.
Hmm. Fair enough. Right. And when it happens, what do you do? Like, do you scroll reels like most people these days?
No, no, I don't score any reel, ma'am.
You don't? So you are not addicted to reels?
No, sometime I go to the reel, I watch the reel, but not
Hmm.
that much, ma'am. I'm not used to.
Hmm. So what are your favorite things to pass your time? Like, what do you do as a hobby or when you're free?
When I get free, some I also like sleep too much in a daytime.
Perfect. Same. I do the same thing. I think if I get 2 hours and I know I have nothing to do in these 2 hours, I take
Yes.
my pillow and I sleep for 2 hours.
Yeah, and then second is I spend more time with my family, ma'am.
Hmm. Okay. So what are your favorite activities with your family? What do you do in family time?
Yeah, we discuss as a normally, ma'am. We talk about our brothers and fathers because they live in us abroad, ma'am.
Ah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Right. So with that, let me shift to our topic, which is embracing change. First of all, what do you understand by embracing change? What do you think it means?
I don't know. Embracing is I don't know exactly.
Okay, so embracing basically means like whenever something changes in your
Mhm.
life or in a particular circumstance, you have the ability to accept it, right? So the ability to accept is called embracing, right?
Okay.
So, Okay. So, what is the biggest change in your life? Like,
Okay.
what was the moment where you felt, okay, this is a big transition?
Yes, when I joined company, I worked there as a customer service there. Then it was a biggest change in my life because I learned so many things from there, how to talk to the peoples, how to communicate with the peoples. So it was the, I think, big change for me. Yeah,
Hmm. What was the surprising thing about that experience? Like when you started talking to these people during
yes,
those support things and everything.
yeah, it was unusual for me, but I worked there 2 months only. Then I left the company, ma'am.
Hmm. Okay. Right. So, why did you leave the company?
Because they are giving me night shift, so my family was not comfortable
Hmm.
at night shift, ma'am. So that is the reason I
Yeah.
left the company. But I learned
Hmm.
so many things from there.
What is the biggest learning? Like, something that, really stuck with you.
Yeah, so I used to, as I told you, I used to afraid talking to the people. But when I joined the company, I started talking with the people. I love to talking to the people. I learned from there, ma'am.
Hmm.
Also, I learned my team leader, ma'am, how to smile. He always keep smiling, ma'am.
Hmm. I have, met very few people in my life who are like that, who are always smiling. And I always wonder how, you can do that.
Yeah,
Those people who are always happy. It seems very unusual. I'm like, yeah, you never
yeah,
get sad or what? Everything is good in your life.
yeah.
So that is there. What about you? Do you think you're a happy-go-lucky person? Are you always like
Yeah.
happy and smiley, or do you think sometimes there are sad moments?
No, I'm also a happy person, ma'am. I always keep smiling on my face.
Okay, fair enough. Hmm,
Yeah.
right. So this change about your job and everything.
Yes.
Who was the most difficult client you ever had to talk with? Like, did you ever get people or clients who were very, stubborn, very difficult, like they would just not talk to you properly? And how did you deal with them?
Yeah. You are talking about my client. You are talking about customer, ma'am.
Yeah, customers.
Customer, yes. When I was working, then one customer came. He was shouting at me, unless because it is came with him because he was disturbed with his product. He was not satisfied with service, so he was shouting. But I handled the situation. I told him, sir, please, I will definitely help you. Give me some moment. I really apologize. I were on your place. I would do same thing. I told him like this, ma'am. I convinced him like this.
Mm, well, that must have taken time. I feel like customers sometimes they just don't want to understand
Yes,
things.
yes,
Right?
yeah,
That's a big issue.
yes, yes.
Hmm. Fair enough. Did this happen like often or only once or twice?
Often it is happening, ma'am. The work is I work in a Amazon, ma'am.
Hmm.
They come to
Okay.
the solve the queries and question related to return policy like this.
Hmm. I think working with big brands is a little bit of a problem. Amazon or Flipkart, if you work with them and if you work in the customer care support team, it's
Mhm.
very difficult because your manager will always tell you to be nice to the customer. It
Yes,
doesn't matter what the customer does,
yeah,
you have to be nice.
yeah. If he
Yeah.
is or she is giving abuse, then we cannot give abuse.
Yeah, you can't. You still
Yeah.
have to be very polite. Okay, sir,
Yes.
sir, we will do.
Yes.
Like, which I think is very difficult
Yes.
because
Yes. Ma'am.
sometimes customers are very like they're very mean and they say really bad things.
Yeah. Absolutely right, ma'am.
Fair enough, makes sense.
Yeah.
But how was the experience? Would you like to work in the same sector again, or do you want to change now
Yeah,
to a different sector?
after that company also I did a hotel management diploma as a front office associate. So I'm thinking about joining hotel management, ma'am.
Hmm. Fair enough. So, did you like? Are you interested in that kind of work, or do you want to just try it out?
I just only want to try, ma'am.
Hmm. So,
Then
what is
after
your particular interest? Like, what is it that you really want to do?
yeah, my interest is I want to work in a MNC company. I want to join a MNC company, multinational company. But also my one of the friend, he is working in airport. He is a assistant manager. So one day he told me,
Hmm.
Aman, if you have a good communication skill, you can work like me. So I want to
Yeah.
just I'm trying to improve my communication skill, ma'am, in English.
Hmm. Fair enough. So I think you're doing a good job practicing. I think you are a very confident speaker. Few things I would recommend. One is definitely work on your vocabulary. If you
Oh,
want to work on the front desk or if you want to work in an MNC, vocabulary matters, right?
mhm,
Sometimes even when you want to like say really mean things, there is a
mhm,
very nice way to say it, right?
mhm.
That's what they teach you in corporate, right?
Yeah,
So for that, your vocabulary has to be very good, right? One
right.
show I would recommend, there is a show called Suits,
Okay,
Suits, right? Suits.
right.
Search it up. That particular show is based on a law firm, right?
No.
How the lawyers work and everything. So the dialogues, the vocabulary that they use is very professional, right?
Mhm,
So
right.
that type of vocabulary and those type of tactics that they use in the office, they can be helpful to you and they can help you in grammar as well as personality development. So do try to follow that show, right?
Okay,
Whenever you get time, try watching those episodes.
okay,
Okay?
ma'am. Okay.
Right. Any doubts, any questions that you have?